awesome. So I just thought, obviously, this is all kind of made up, so it's all rife speculation. And besides, I genuinely don't think we're going to get a trailer for the 50th anniversary. I think it's so super secret and so under wraps that all we're going to get is that 50 years trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting that close now that I don't know if I want a trailer now.
Yeah.
You know, I mentioned earlier on about my son being excited about the trailer. He came in to me on whatever day it was, Monday or Tuesday, and he says, Daddy, this time next month, Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And you know what? I felt, you know, parenting, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
You know? And he was genuinely excited. And I don't know if, you know, we saw that Captain America trailer today. It's still 5 months away. I don't want to see any more between now and then.
Yeah.
The next thing I want to see is when I'm sitting in the
cinema. The excitement that you feel now, having watched that trailer, that will drain off immensely over the next 5 months.
Yeah.
Whereas if you got a trailer for the 50th anniversary, if you got the trailer at the same time that people at San Diego Comic-Con got it, by now you'd be like, oh, really? That Doctor Who 50th anniversary episode? People are still talking about it?
Yeah.
You know, whereas the excitement that you get normally from watching a trailer, you'll get during the end credits of the 50th anniversary episode. Mm-hmm. And I think that's such a clever way to play it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you know nothing about what's going to happen in this video, in this essentially movie.
So they've actually got rid of the whole fanboys all sitting going, well, in this scene you'll see that David Tennant is actually hiding behind the TARDIS console, and that's clearly a Dalek. You know, so they're not going to try and break down what's happening in the episode because they're not being given. They're breaking down the trailer. But you can break that down all you want because it's got nothing to do with what's coming this time next month. And
we do have a few images that were released thanks to SFX recently, which was literally just Hurt's Doctor, Tennant's Doctor, and Smith's Doctor just in the TARDIS, obviously posing for a photo.
Yeah.
And then we have the photo of John Hurt just kind of standing in Matt Smith's TARDIS. That gives nothing away. And then we have David Tennant in his 10th Doctor's TARDIS, which was clearly filmed at the Doctor Who Experience on a day where it was closed.
Yeah. Quick yes or no. The rumour that persists that John Hurt's Doctor is Paul McGann's Doctor, much, much older. Do you think that this is true, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I like that. I like that idea.
I think yes. And to be honest with you, the more I think about it, the more I think Paul McGann's Doctor, the 8th Doctor, the one from the television movie, the one from all the expanded universe series of comics and audio dramas and all what have you, that is the Doctor who went into the Time War. Mm-hmm. John Hurt's Doctor is the outcome of that. So the 8th Doctor goes into the Time War, and the unimaginable, unamountable levels of horror and terror that Doctor has had to go through. I mean, this is a man who single-handedly wiped out what he thought, an entire race of Daleks, an entire race of Time Lords. It left him a broken man. Mm-hmm. John Hurt is that man.
And of course, anybody that remembers back long enough, whenever we first met Christopher Eccleston in the episode Rose, I think it was called Rose, wasn't it, the first episode? You know, he was a very dark Doctor. Where she says, damaged. "Who are you?" and he says, "You know, I can hear the world spinning." You know, that kind of, and it was very sort of. It was a great moment, and Eccleston really sold that moment that this is a man who has seen and lived through things that you couldn't even imagine.
Yeah,
and
you can
really
see the turn of the universe.
You can see the turn of the universe. So it makes sense that, you know, and I also like the idea that the Time War, we're going to see the Time War in this. I know you're saying about fanboy fiction. We have to see the Time War in this.
Yes. Well, we were going to, because in the screenshots that were released by the BBC, we've got the Daleks amid some Gallifreyan wreckage. Mm-hmm. So naturally, it has to be the Time War.
Yeah. And I like the idea that McGann, you know, his youthful, strong, young Doctor goes into the Time War, and when he comes out, it could have lasted millennia. He's a battered, tired... Although he does say in that trailer, 900 years, and we know that the Doctor is 900 years old.
Yeah.
So does the Doctor just age during regenerations like everybody else?
Possibly.
Do you know?
I don't know, but I like the idea of that, because what you just said there, isn't that every soldier? They go into every war, these youthful men, eager for battle, they come out of it, these wizened, like the ones who survive come out of it, these wizened... Damaged. Yeah. World-weary old men, essentially. Yeah,
so maybe the Doctor... And we did see it in the episode with the Master and David Tennant. Whenever he aged, he became this wizened, tired, old man. So, you know, maybe whenever the Doctor is is really broken, this is how he shows it. He ages. He wears down. But no, I like that idea. I like the idea that because we've never seen McGann's regeneration, maybe now we're going to find out why.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes sense. Okay, that's enough Doctor Who.
And, sorry, yes, just one last thing. Stephen Moffat, the idea for John Hurt's Doctor, he said originally came from the idea that in the 50th anniversary episode, what do you want to see? You want to see William Hartnell and Matt Smith. Mm-hmm. You want to see this old man look at his younger self and just go, what has happened to me? What have I become?
Yeah.
And obviously you can't do that. Unfortunately, William Hartnell's no longer with us. So he came up with this idea of this hidden old Doctor. So it was always going to be an old Doctor right from the very start in his mind. And obviously that's where John Hurt's come from.
So exciting time. So, and right, they tell us again quickly, the cinema releases, it looks like we may be getting more releases than we had feared.
More releases than we feared?
More cinemas will be playing it, rather, because there was a fear that this might not go outside of London, for example.
Yes, everywhere's got it. America's got it, Canada's got it, Germany has it, I believe. I don't know, I saw a map. I think Australia's got it, the UK's naturally got it as well, Ireland's got it too. There is a site you can go to. I posted it on the Following the Nerd Facebook page. I didn't post it on the site itself, but I think the closest one, if you live in Northern Ireland, is the Belfast Odeon Cinema in Victoria Square.
Okay.
So, and I think tickets go on pre-order tomorrow.
Right.
To the best of my knowledge.
Will you be ordering?
Pre-ordering? Of course.
Do you expect this to sell out?
Yeah. Yes, because I think there's enough Doctor Who fans in Northern Ireland alone to flock to Belfast to watch it.
Okay, fair enough. Right. Okay, right. We will be coming back and we're going to speak to Stuart from the Monday Movie Show. We're going to be going through the UK Top 10. Then we're going to be talking to Alan, the bald video gamer dude, who I've been speaking to already. Apparently there's very little news this week. We know,
great.
No, but we know that Arkham Origins is coming out and the Marvel Lego game is coming out.
Yeah.
So we know that. We're waiting for reviews. We're going to have reviews probably next week for both of those. But regarding imminent news, there's very little. But he is going to be talking about the final 10 saddest moments, the top 10 saddest moments on TV.
Oh, don't touch that dial, listeners.
And you are Following the Nerd. You can get us on Facebook at facebook.com/Following the Nerd. You can tweet us at Nerd Following. I'm Mark.
I'm Saxon.
And this is Guns N' Roses.
This is Richard Hatch, not the Survivor guy, but the one, the only, the Battlestar Galactica Tom Zary, Captain Apollo guy, and you are listening to The Nerd.
Hello there, and welcome to the Following the Nerd show. Now we're 30% more than nerd. Although you can't actually tell that, can you? Unless you have some kind of nerd measuring device, which would just be plain weird.
Hey there, this is James Arnold Taylor, voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Johnny Test, awesome! Yabba-dabba-doo, Fred Flintstone, Leonardo the Ninja Turtle, Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, and I am following the nerd.
Kia ora. I'm Tim Wood-Morrison, I play Jango Fett, and I'm following the nerd.
What's up, guys? I'm Daniel Logan. Make sure you stay tuned. If you don't, just remember, my bounty always can be on you. I'll see you in the dark side, guys. Enjoy the galaxy and stay following the nerd.
I'm Jeremy Bullock, and I played Boba Fett in the Star Wars trilogy, the first Star Wars trilogy. And you are following the nerd as well as I am. Keep following. It's important.
But she's left duct tape on the light switch again.
Right, okay. Right, and we're back. Okay, it's got to that time of the week where we tend to talk about the UK box office top 10 with our man Stuart. Stuart, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Ahoy, hoy.
I'm okay, thank you.
Good stuff.
You?
Good stuff. Yes, all good. All good.
I've got a sore knee.
You've got a strange, itchy sensation.
You got a boo boo.
No, I've got a sore knee. I have one of those as well, but I left it at home.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So, Stuart, what's happening? How's things?
I'm good. I finally got rid of that cold, which is good because it was getting on my nerves.
Yes. You sounded like an ill man last week. You weren't in good shape.
Well, an iller man last week.
And I was horrendous last week. The only time that I supposedly sounded like a Mackham is when I'm ill.
Like a what?
A Mackham. That's what people from Sunderland are called. We're called Mackhams.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't ask me why.
There's a big Mackham joke to be made there, but I get the sense it's been made like 1,000,000 times before.
Yes. That's not Mackham anymore. Right, okay. Well, what's been happening in the box office, Stuart? What's going on?
Right, before I do that, because you know I always do this, but just the update on the Doctor Who stuff.
Yes.
The tickets go on sale tomorrow morning, like Saxon says, at 9 o'clock.
Right.
And 216 cinemas will be showing it. They have confirmed it. They are Cineworld, Odeon's, BFI's, Picture Houses and VUE cinemas. Unfortunately, mine's an Empire. So it looks like my cinema will not be showing it.
Brilliant.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely.
So how many cinemas does that put us at in Northern Ireland then, Saxon? Is that more than just one?
I think it is just one. I think it is just the Odeon.
Just the Odeon?
As far as I know now, I could be wrong, but I think it is just one cinema in Northern Ireland. But fortunately enough, it is close enough to us because it's in pretty much the capital.
In Belfast. 9 o'clock in the morning.
I might take a trip. I might take a trip down there.
You could probably do it online, surely, no?
I don't know. Because I went on the Odeon website a few nights ago whenever I found out, and there was no mention of it. So I think I'd be better just going down in person, just going, Doctor Who tickets, please.
We see if they're going to see it at 9 o'clock, it has to be online because they won't open until about 11 or half 11. Their first show's probably 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Oh, Victoria Square opens at 9.
Yeah, the shopping centre does, but the cinema won't.
Right.
The cinema won't open. They'll not open until half an hour, 45 minutes before their first show.
Okay, the studio is collapsing around us. Yeah, okay. So I'll check online anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Right. All right. So Stuart, yeah. So you're going to be going. Or well, no, obviously, if you can go, you'll be going.
If my cinema decides to change their mind, because Empire, I think they've only got like 16 cinemas in the UK, and even though they have one of the biggest cinemas in the UK in Empire Leicester Square, they only have 16 cinemas, so it'll be stupid if they don't decide to show it, because you can just imagine them not showing it on one of the biggest screens. It'll be stupid of them to do that, so I'm hoping that they change their mind, because I would really love to go to the cinema to see it.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to. So, I'm presumably, I would imagine these are going to be. This is going to be an online sale thing that you have to log on the morning first thing to get it.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well.
Okay, right. Okay, there was some Star Wars news that's just breaking here at the minute. I don't have all the facts so far. Do you want to tell us a wee bit about it?
Yeah, it's gone up on Following the Nerd. Ed posted it up. I saw it about half an hour before he put it up on Following the Nerd, so I was hoping that you might have mentioned it, but Michael Arndt, who was doing the script for episode 7, he's done like Toy Story 3, is now no longer doing it. The script. It's now going to be J.J. Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan. They're going to be handling script duties for it. Kasdan has done script duties on Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and we all know what Abrams has done. He's done Fringe, Mission Impossible, and Super 8, Lost, etc. So they're taking over script duties now.
So has Michael Arndt written a script, and are J.J. Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan coming in to do a polish, or is this a completely new story that they're coming up with?
I don't know actually, because Kathleen Kennedy, she released a statement saying, "I'm very excited about the story we have it in place and thrilled to have Larry and JJ working on the script. There are very few people who fundamentally understand the way a Star Wars story works like Larry, and it's nothing short of incredible to have him even more deeply involved in its return to the big screen. JJ, of course, is an incredible storyteller in his own right. Michael Arndt has done a terrific job bringing us to this point, so I'm guessing they're using what he's actually done up to this stage, and they're going to finish what he's done."
So he's done the outline. He's outlined the story.
Yeah. So it's a rewrite essentially.
Yeah. This all seems. I mean, this is a movie that we're hoping to see, in summer 2 years. What? Not next summer, but the following summer.
Yeah.
And like, let's be honest. There seems to be